and gentlemen, your host, Craig Ferguson.
Welcome to Los Angeles, California. Welcome to the Late Late Show. I'm your host, TV's Craig Ferguson. It is a great day for America today, and I'll tell you why. The movie executives in the press, the movie executives of Hollywood, Los Angeles, California, Hollywood, yeah, they're finally taking the blame in the press for the summer box office slump. They've said, yes, it's our fault. Now, they spent months complaining about it. You know, it was competition from video games. They were blaming global warming. People were playing too much ping pong. They were shopping at Pottery Barn. Hamsters were causing it. It's a load of crap. The movies sucked. All the movies this summer, people weren't going to the movies because the movies sucked. All of them. Not all of them. Must Love Dogs did not suck. Totally sucked. That was a film that defied the laws of physics. It both sucked and blew at the same time. Which is tricky. You can play the didgeridoo, though, if you can do that. It's a completely different thing. Anyway, people are going back to the movies this fall. And finally, you know, these guys are admitting they made crap movies, which I have to tell you, for me, this is groundbreaking. It's a shock to me. Because I've dealt with these executives. I've made movies. And all the studio executives I've ever met, Dumb and Dumber, and dumberer. Anyway, I'm finished making movies. Well, if I wasn't before, I certainly am now. Anyway, like they don't watch this show. They don't. It's hard to watch TV with your head up your ass. Anyway, What? It is. Oh, boy. That's it. It's done now. That's called burning your bridges, kids. You know who's never had a box office slump is the porno industry. Hollywood's dirty little secret. You know, the porno industry. Because it's tough to make a bad porno film. Because they're all kind of feel-good movies, aren't they? And, oh, come on. Oh, Craig, what? No, you said, oh, well, stop it. We're judging you. Well, stop judging me. Pornography, to give it its, Sunday name, porn it's been legitimized. It's now part of the mainstream. It's everywhere. I mean, in the 1960s, porn was bad. You know, it was naughty bad porn. And now, it's kind of, there's magazines everywhere. You go to billboards for strip clubs. You know, you want some fries with your porn, everybody? I don't know. Supersize me? I don't know. Pornography is a huge industry. It's something like $9 billion a year comes out of these movies that are all made in the San Fernando Valley, which is it's true. That's where they're made. When I came here, this is true. I was approached to be in a softcore pornography film. I really was. I was kind of broke. I was thinking, well, maybe. It was a softcore thing. And I liked the script. The script was good. It was. It was good. It was kind of weird, And, the plumber was from Scotland, so it made sense. But I would never have been able to do it under my own name. Just, I would have to choose my porn name. My porn name is that I know people have got different ways of doing it. Mine is your first pet and your favourite musical instrument. That's how I do my porn name. I am Rusty Trombone. If you ever see Rusty... Oh, it's all right. It's happened. I do know a girl that comes out as Kitty Tuba, which somehow I think that's funny. I'm the only one. But when I was offered this pornography thing, I thought, for a minute, I thought, I need the money. And I was living with the now ex-Mrs. Ferguson at the time, and we were broke. We needed the money. But I said I didn't want to upset her. That changed. But but at that time, I didn't want to upset her. So I said, look at the script. If the script makes you uncomfortable, I'll turn it down. So I'm not kidding. I handed her the script. She opened the front page and went, don't do it. I said, you didn't even read it. She said, I saw the word nipple. It's true, that's what she said. I said, all right, fine. So I didn't do it. I'm really glad I didn't do it. But it wasn't a real pornography. It wasn't, you know, it was simulated sex. I don't know, though. I don't know if I trust myself to do simulated sex. I mean, if I go that far, I'm taking it home. Do you know what I mean? I'm a method actor. I'm a method actor. I'm a method actor. If I get dressed up, I'm going to a party. Yeah? If I put my galoshes on, I want to splash in some puddles. That's all I'm saying. I don't know why, but that sounds very rude, doesn't it? I don't mean it to. Anyway, I'm glad I didn't do it. But I've done more embarrassing work since then. There was the Full Monty episode of The Drew Carey Show. That was... it was very cold in that studio. That's all I'm saying. Very cold. Bone-chilling, some would say. Anyway, Oh, stop! Damn! Oh! The first time... You remind me of my granny. My granny used to get very upset at any mention of pornography. Just mention it. She used to say pornography. Oh! Because I was at my granny's house the first time I ever got you know, my hands on any kind of illicit material. I was about 4 or 5 years old. No, it was at my granny's house in Scotland, and I was looking at the mail order catalogue for a department store. And I was a kid, and I was looking at the ladies' underwear section. I didn't know what I was looking at, I just knew I was kind of interested. And I was looking at it, and these were, you know, it wasn't anorexic supermodels, it's Scotland, it's the 1960s. So these are big, broad-beamed ladies wearing giant underpants, you know, to keep warm. Anyway, my granny caught me admiring these, you know, great battleships, and she was up. In fact, she made that noise. Oh, you dirty wee boy! I'm like, what? I mean, I know I like it, but what? Now, today, there's probably a website for ladies with big underwear and just... Actually, to this day, if I see a broad-beamed woman, that sails my boat. Still does it. Still does it. That sails my boat. That hovers my craft. Anyway, the pornography goes way back. It's before department store catalogues. It goes right the way back to the Indian Kama Sutra. That's about 1,000 years old, more. 2,000, 5,000, I don't know. The Greeks, oh, we won't bother with that. The Romans. The Romans had pornography. The Romans invented pizza, right? So they must have had a pizza delivery boy. One thing needed to another. I'm just saying. The truth is, I will tell you about this. And this is not to placate my granny, but I actually am not into porn. I don't really like it. I'm not kidding you. It just doesn't. It doesn't really hover my craft. It doesn't. I once stayed in a hotel in Europe where they have very different censorship laws about sex. And I was, you know, going through the channels, and you know, you get the, you know, the Belgian pop singers and all that. You got to keep going, you know. And why can the Belgians and the French not create good rock music? Why is that? Don't believe you. Don't believe you. Don't care. Anyway, I'm flipping through the channels, and I come upon. Oh, jeez. No. Oh, don't. I really didn't mean that. I really, no. What I meant was I'm flipping. See, you've got a filthy mind for all that. Oh, it's like, oh. No, what I meant was I'm going through the channels and I find this hardcore pornography. I mean, it's hardcore. I'm not talking about, oh, I think you're lovely, I'm delivering up. No, I'm like, ah! And I've got to tell you, I thought it was kind of disgusting. I mean, it was very up close. And I think if you were meant to see it that close, your eyes would beat your belly button. You're not meant to... And where would you hang your glasses? They're not meant to be there. So I'm not a big fan of porno. I don't really watch it unless it's on. I'll watch it. Or if it's, if it's at the back of the video store, I'll go and get it. But the truth is, I'm not into it. I have never rented a pornographic tape in my life. Never. Or a DVD. I don't. I think it must be embarrassing. You go up to a clerk at a porno store and, it's like renting Miss Congeniality 2 or something. It's embarrassing. I'm not into it. I think that watching porno is kind of a guy thing. Men like to see pictures. Women like to read their pornography. I've noticed. They, read the Fabio's on the cover. And they read all that, his huge Fabio arms. His huge Fabio arms pulsated as he passionately gripped giant handfuls of her canvas bodice. It's all that Wuthering Heights-y, kind of Gone with the Wind type porn. But it's, it's the same. It's kind of... See, women, I think, are into kind of moods and atmospheres. There's that old saying, I don't know if you've heard this, that women need a reason to have sex, men just need a place. But it's kind of true, I think. Kind of true. So I'm not really into porn. If I want to have sex, the last thing I want to do, if I'm kind of like feeling frisky in my trousers, I don't really want to see other people having sex. It's like they're taunting me. I don't get excited, I get frustrated. It's like being hungry and looking at a picture of a cake. It's like showing a starving man a picture of a cake that he can't have sex with. And I've never done that either. See, I can't just look at beauty. I want to experience it. I want to be part of it. That's why I was kicked out of the Museum of Modern Art, because I was fondling the sculptures. But what is about fondling sculptures? It's a piece of stone. It's all right. Listen, even if you don't like it, you have to admit it, pornography drives technology. I think that's historically accurate. As soon as we develop new technology, the first question that scientists ask themselves is, how does this help us get sex? It really does. I mean, when Alexander Graham Bell invented the telephone, the first words said on the telephone were, "Come here, Watson, I want you." These were the first. I think the full sentence was, "Come here, Watson, I want you for sex, you naughty little monkey." When VCRs came along, pornography exploded, right? The internet is full of porn. It's all about pornography. You're not trying to tell me people like, oh, I use it to Google myself. Well, there's that too. Even the space program, right, is motivated by the desire to have sex, I think. Think. Scientists, right? Wee men in laboratories. Right? Every woman they know has refused to have sex with them. So they have to cast the net wider. They send rocket ships into space looking for other civilizations. They don't want other civilizations. They're looking for extraterrestrial busty Amazons. Teach us about your sexy ways, Earth scientist. On our planet, we know nothing of shame. I don't know. Anyway, look, here's my basic problem with the glut of pornography today. It's too easy. It's too much sex coming in. The easy access to these images in magazines and films, on TV, and the internet, all over the place, it demystifies sex. It makes it too accessible. And I think makes it less mysterious to me. I think sex ought to be naughty, a little bit naughty and private. You know, a little bit naughty and private, and you should maybe giant underpants. Let's maybe just giant underpants. That's what you need for sex. Anyway, tonight's guests on the show. Dr. Drew Pinsky is here, everybody. Karen Manning, Butch Bradley. We'll be right back. We'll be right back, everybody.
The Late Late Show with Craig Ferguson. Sponsored by Hotels.com. Looking for the perfect hotel room? Send in the experts from Hotels.com.
I've been in this room before.
What?
I've been here before.
Yeah. You took the virtual tour at Hotels.com?
Right.
Want to check out your hotel before you check in? Send in the experts at Hotels.com. They check out thousands of hotels and bring you tools like virtual tours so you can look before you book. Log on or call now to find great deals everywhere. Hotels.com. We know hotels inside and out.
Buy Star Trek Nemesis on DVD. A generation's final journey begins.
Battle stations.
Now on an all-new collector's edition DVD with over 3 hours of new special features.
Fire!
Star Trek Nemesis. Buy it today on DVD.
Have you seen Quizno's new Cabo Chicken Sub with deli-sliced chicken, bacon, and cheddar, all topped with a mild chipotle mayo and fresh guacamole? Hubba hubba. That thing's a looker.
Quizno's new Cabo Chicken Sub, just $2.99.
Wow, just $2.99.
Keys. Daniela, open the trunk, please. It's not real.
120 not-so-standard features. One all-new German-engineered Passat.
So what can you tell me about this perfect real estate agent?
Well, she has a lot of experience.
And lots of sales.
She knows our neighborhood, the schools, maybe speaks a foreign language.
Icelandic.
This could take a while.
Finding the right real estate agent shouldn't be this hard. At RE/MAX.com, you can search the industry's top sales force for the agent who's just right for you.
Maybe we should call up their surveillance teams?
Nobody sells more real estate than RE/MAX.
Hey kids, look, fire truck.
Dom was a man of weak principles. Then he got free checking at Washington Mutual. With no hidden fees, it inspired Tom to be more honest.
So what's your story? I've never had a girlfriend and I still live with my mother.
Thank you all.
Sorry I'm late. I had a job interview. Nailed it.
Awesome, Chasey.
Have you guys seen Steel Magnolias? I was bawling.
Kudos, Tom.
So sad.
The world needs straight shooters like you.
Dan Marino!
Who wants to go deep?
I do. That's why we created Papa John's new Perfect Pan Pizza.
Introducing the big taste of Papa John's Pan Pizza. A zesty Robusto sauce with garlic and spices. A new thick golden crust made deep and square so we can pile on the toppings. Get a large pan pizza with up to 5 toppings for just $12.99. We deliver. Call now or order at papajohns.com.
Better ingredients, better pizza,
And now, better pan.
Papa John's!
Welcome back, you broad-beamed battleships. Hey, you know, when I was talking about pornography tonight, now, it's a tricky subject, and I really didn't want to offend anyone. I know it gets a little dodgy, so I didn't want you to get upset. But, you know, it's a bit rude. But that's the nature of pornography. That is, in fact, the whole point of pornography. So if I offended you, what are you doing up this late? Anyway, and if that offended you, wait until you meet my next guest, because tonight, my first guest tonight, was the host of Loveline, the radio call-in show. He's a sex expert. Yeah, well, apparently. We'll talk about that. Also, his new show, Lance Armstrong Stories of Survival, kicks off Survivor Week on the Discovery Channel. October the 9th. October the 9th? Yeah. Anyway, please welcome the fantastic Dr. Drew Pinsky, everybody. Hey, how are you? That is a fabulous suit.
Yeah, I like yours too.
Yeah, these are very nice suits. we're kind of like agents, like Hollywood agents.
Yeah.
Hey, I was talking about pornography there.
You
and
sure were.
Yeah, I know.
A lot about it.
Yeah, no, what?
Yeah, you don't watch it though. You just talk about it.
Well, I don't find it stimulating to watch people, you know, especially the kind of people that are on all the hundreds and thousands of tapes I've watched. No, but whenever I've seen it,
research only.
Yeah. It is kind of an odd thing. I'm not really.
Yeah, and you mentioned also the sort of the gynecological.
That's just wrong.
Yeah,
you know, I mean, not that it's wrong, but it's. I don't think. No, thank you. You know.
People get addicted to pornography though now, and
yeah. Now, what is that about? They get on the internet, and they can't get off.
They get on. They sort of get. Well, it's funny, but it's not. It's actually people that study this stuff think it's one of the most rapidly growing disease categories in the country is internet porn addiction.
And it's a disease then?
It's thought of as a disease. I mean, it's, you know, people that take issue with whether addiction is a disease sort of see that as maybe pushing that envelope a little bit. But porn addiction usually is somebody who had sexual abuse in childhood,
right,
who, in my experience, usually was addicted to something else first, a chemical to get that biology activated,
right,
or in or not in recovery, but find their way into this sort of world of pornography, excuse me, and get lost in it. They sort of get lost in a sort of dreamlike state where they're interacting with this stuff. Just goes and goes and goes.
There's an interesting phrase, dreamlike state. Is it about what's going on
in the brain?
Here?
It's like every addiction. It's a brain disorder, and so it's activating those reward systems and taking them away from your volitional centers. So they just drive and they take sort of control the priorities of your brain. You know, addiction is about what sets priorities. You know, things that normally your brain is a mechanism that sets priorities, and in addiction, that system gets broken and a chemical becomes the priority ahead of everything else.
Well, no, it's kind of an open secret on this show that I used to enjoy a drink or two, and
and Scotsman too.
Yeah, no, hardly any Scotsmen have been alcoholics. It doesn't really happen, but. I mean, I haven't had a drink in a long time. Yeah. Is there a chemical change in my head?
Oh, absolutely. There's a part of the brain called the medial forebrain bundle that has, we think,
Say it again.
Part of the brain.
The medial forebrain.
It's the part of the brain that sets the drives and priorities of your brain. And sort of what some people call the reward center.
Right.
And that system has been permanently altered. It may not have the same kind of power that it did when you were actively using, but it can be reawakened very rapidly.
Oh no! I sometimes hear the call of the wild.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's in there.
It's the oddest thing though, because I'll tell you, when I experience it. You know, you think that as an alcoholic who hasn't had a drink in a long time, I'll want a drink when I feel down, or I want a drink when I...
Not necessarily.
No, just sometimes just when I'm awake. You know,
sometimes just being awake, sometimes having fun. It's not entirely understood what triggers it. Some people, it is an attempt to control and mediate, sort of regulate feeling states. For other people, it's when they're very happy and very successful. All of a sudden, it's like, I deserve this. But you and I were talking off stage for a couple of minutes about something that is really fascinating, which is the whole idea of change. And those moments of change. I mean, what makes somebody go from their brain being consumed by something where they can't use their will, they can't think normally or logically about things, to being willing to change that? And that's a very important thing for people.
It's a very vague thing in my own experience. I mean, when they talk about alcoholics have the phenomenon of craving.
Yes.
And I thought it meant you kind of ran into the church and drank the altar wine and went, ah! But for me, it wasn't really like that. It was like I would have a drink and then go, I got time for another, and then kind of very gradually would end up in Mexico with a sore ass and a tattoo, you know what I mean?
That's a sore ass, is what you said.
Well, yeah, whatever.
Whatever you're into, but not into porn. Yeah. Not into porn.
I know, it's just, I'm lucky, porn and gambling, for some reason, I'm just...
Doesn't do it. Well,
doesn't call to me.
Thankfully. I mean, given that you understand that sort of how alcohol can take over, imagine if porn took over, how it's, in our culture, it's everywhere now.
It's also, it's a little bit shameful, there's a bit some shame attached to getting help for that.
Absolutely. The people that have this problem are very secretive about it, and it kind of drives them further into it. The more they do, the more shame they get, the more they need to regulate that shame, so the more they get into that stuff. So.
Do you remember, because do you remember when Michael Douglas was a sex addict or something? Remember he went, Michael Douglas got taken into a...
Yeah, there was something. I think you're right.
Yeah,
it's funny how...
then he stopped mentioning it.
Well, it's funny how celebrities get addictions and they magically go away. I mean, Michael Jackson's an opiate addict one day and then that's gone away. Yeah. No, addiction is a chronic condition. It's there with you the rest of your life and needs to be managed on a daily basis.
Yeah.
And they don't go away. If it's gone away, it's gone underground, it's gone somewhere else, or it's still active and you're just not...
Well, that's why I quite like, guys, like Robert Downey Jr., who's had repeated, attempts to get sober and stuff like that. No, I'm not kidding, because I think what happens is that there's a myth that's set up that 28 days in rehab and it'll clear it right up, like it's a rash or something. You know?
It's not. That's just setting the stage to begin the process. But is that, again, that what makes some person... A patient coined this for me once really sort of eloquently. I was giving a lecture one day, and this patient who had been struggling in treatment, would never follow directions from us and always go out and use, finally one day came in and started doing the work. And I was giving this lecture, she raised her hand, she goes, I've been through this a bunch of time, and all of a sudden this all started making sense to me. I get it. How do you give somebody get it? How do you get somebody to that point? And we don't know. That's the bottom line. How do you make somebody willing to change? And that's a very challenging question.
It's very tricky. We have to take a break. We'll be right back. We'll be right back with Dr. Drew, everybody.
Applebee's new Italian style is here.
Mambo Italiano, you must go, 'cause something tasty's going on. New Italian dishes that are Applebee's delicious.
Eating good in the neighborhood.
Pro football. A game for the ear and the eye. A 3-hour carnival of color, sound, and action.
NFL Sunday Ticket provides the most NFL games anywhere, up to 200 in total, and it's only available from DirecTV.
For the player, victory makes the game glorious. For the fan, glory is the game.
Sign up now and get 4 free months of DirecTV's best programming package. Call 1-800-DirecTV.
Three climate zones.
How's he doing back there?
3 rows of seats, so everyone can travel in comfort.
He's fine.
The all-new 7-passenger Jeep Commander. It's your world. Take command.
The HP PhotoSmart 475 is the only portable printer that prints up to 5x7s without a PC. Brilliantly simple.
Campbell's microwavable bowls, possibility. Here's something hot, here's something new. Pop it in, that's easy to do. When you're short on time, yeah, you know. Campbell's, good to go. Possibilities.
Wednesday.
Please, take it off.
We need to figure out how the bomb's put together first.
Mommy, there's a present for you.
Criminal Minds, then. Grand murder at Central Station.
Crime in a crowd, not one witness.
And CSI loses one of their own.
You're fired.
A new CSI New York, CBS Wednesday.
When their relationship ended, she repossessed his car and everything in it.
How much were these boots worth? $176. Let me tell you something. Those boots wouldn't be worth $176 if you had $170 stuffed inside them.
Judge Alex, today at 9 on 4.
They coach Little League, wipe runny noses, clean the dishes, do the laundry.
Moms who do it all with no help from Dad.
I work very hard, and when I come home, I need to relax.
What? Next, Dr. Phil.
Today at 3 on CBS 4.
Attention men and women experiencing hair loss. We are now accepting new candidates for a program that restores hair without surgery or harmful drugs. We are currently looking for select individuals to fill limited monthly spaces for the new pain-free cool laser technology. If you are interested in a program that will restore your lost hair, call 1-800-GOT-HAIR to see if you qualify. We only accept certain candidates. Call 1-800-GOT-HAIR right now.
Have hope, you have to have faith.
Well, faith in something. Faith in God, faith in Allah, faith in Buddha, faith in your doctors, faith in the medicine, faith in the system, faith in nurses, yourself, your family, your friends.
Yeah, I deal a lot with people recovering from all kinds of horrible conditions. And faith means different things for different people.
It's important for that.
And mostly, though, it's getting outside of themselves and having faith in something outside of their own need to control things.
back, my lovelies. I'm here with Dr. Drew Pinsky. Now, Lance Armstrong on that show. There is a remarkable human being.
Remarkable guy, and a great guy, too. I was prepared for him to be full of himself, and he was not. Just a great guy. And like many people who find great meaning in life, he's finding it through being of service.
Yeah, but putting stuff back makes
putting stuff back. I mean, he feels very. I mean, he really had horrible cancer. He should not have survived. And not only should not have. Oh yeah, they were removing testicular tumors from his brain.
Jeez.
And they were giving him like 10–20% survival rates. And here he goes from not being able to survive theoretically to being this amazing achiever.
Right.
And feels very grateful for it and is willing to sort of give back and be of service.
So he doesn't seem bothered by